Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Your Soul Wisdom. We are going to have some rod fun today. It's been a while since we've done the rods. And I feel like there's like all these questions like bubbling up and waiting to get answered. And so, Kylie, you kind of rushed us into this episode.
I did.
Because tell me why.
Okay, so we like to have our little chit chats before our podcast recording. I was like, not today, because we've got someone here and there is no time to waste. So I haven't told you guys. So basically, so to give a backstory, I have been told by my guides that certain collective groups who have a social platform are being selected to channel from the Higher Council some energy messages that are coming through for the world. So it's someone from the Higher Council, from Pallaides, like it's got that kind of energy. So there will be no, do fart clouds exist? This is no bullshit sort of transmission, Yana, Amanda. Okay, you two looking. Okay, so anyway, so I pulled some cards while you guys were chit-chatting, and I'm so sorry for cutting everyone off. So the energy that we're bringing in today is starting anew. Thank God. See the light and lend a hand. Okay, so there is, and if you aren't on our collective membership site, you will not know my astrological update for July 2025, but this ties in like into that prediction for July. So you're going to have to go and join the membership to get the backstory. You're going to be coming in cold, and that's too bad. So we are in the
free at the moment too.
That's right. See,
That's right.
You pitch it. So we went through doo-doo in the first half of this year. The second half of this year is basically we're in the dismantling of systems, of mindsets, of energy that has not served us for a long time. We're starting, the blinders are coming off. Okay, we're seeing political figures for who they are, genders for what they are. There's a lot of things, right? So to support that, we have a transmission. I keep thinking of Bashar. I don't know the guy who, yeah. So we're doing
Anka.
Yeah,
Anka.
there you go.
Yeah.
So it's that style. So I will go into a little channel in a moment, but I'd like to kind of warm up because this went from 0 to 1,000 like very quickly.
Yeah, no pressure on the question.
First time I've ever seen Kylie excited.
Well, you know, we've had Lilith. Thank you, Lilith. But this, I'm like,
sorry.
Me? We are bestowed this honor because we have a social platform apparently.
Oh.
I did not know that.
Cool.
Okay.
Do we have questions? Are we going to be able to ask questions?
Do we have appropriate questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
No fart clouds, Yana.
I got 0.
Okay. Thank you.
I have 0 fart clouds. I do have a lot of really beautiful questions. Some came in,
let's see their tolerance level for our beautiful questions.
Okay. I mean, the pressure is on.
How do I feel? I've got my fan blowing on me right now.
Please release the tension.
I'm
ask
about
a
to
freaking
take
question.
socks and pants off right now because I'm scorching.
But before I get into the questions, do any of you ladies have any questions for the rods? Or are we just going to build off of what we got? Because I'm feeling
they might come.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they might come. I don't have one right now. I'm still getting used to it.
Do you want me to ask some questions?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So, thank you for bestowing this upon us. Okay. Is it accurate to say that we are dismantling systems as a collective? Yes. Okay. And that is your primary purpose for connecting with us. Okay. So your message you're sharing, is it to, thank you for translating. Is there a purpose for reaching out to various people to get the word out? Okay.
Yes.
Please tell me there are good things coming. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got some questions.
Go through. Are we okay? Hold on. Are we have we started to dismantle things already? Yes. Okay. Can I get political here for a moment? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Are the wars that have been of late, have they had a hidden agenda? Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
is this coming from I'm curious, is this around the dismantling and not what we've been told in the media? Yes.
Yes.
And what I
Yes.
mean by dismantling is this around the exposing of certain religious political persecutions around? Okay, yes. Okay. So I'm thinking the more extreme things. Yes. Okay. Yes, Rachel.
Is the pinnacle of this going to be in 2027?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it going to be changing in the human design language from tribal to individual?
A very weak
Does
yes.
Yes.
Does that mean that basically all the structures are going to break down? Relationship structures, are they going to change?
No answer.
What else were we
Are we
talking
not meant
about?
to know
Not
that
all.
answer?
Yeah,
Because-
but it
sorry?
might be some in some ways, but not all in all ways.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Is the
Yes,
structure of
I
finance?
think
Is
I
the
think
financial
because-
structure going to change?
What was that question again? I'm sorry.
Is the overall financial structure, global financial structure, going to change?
Oh, that was a half yes, half no. I've never had that
Mm.
before.
Is
Yeah.
money still going to be the main currency?
Yes.
Of course.
Well, maybe
Well-
not, of course.
No, I listen, I can't go to that. Not
maybe
in my
not forever.
reality. Not in my reality. It's
We're not
can handle one
bartering
thing
our
at a time.
services or anything. Like we're not going to get a bag of potatoes and go and barter it for a thing. Okay.
Look,
Okay. They're
honestly,
not tolerating me right
my
now.
big
Okay.
view would be that eventually we contribute for the value of contribution, and that is the
Mm.
direct exchange. But obviously, that's a bit further off.
Yeah.
So you see, I think that because we're entering into a time whereby we have to be really conscious of the fact that our thoughts manifest and that we have
Yes.
right.
that we are creators, that based on some of the questions we are going to be asking, we are probably going to get a no answer, because if it's a question that may generate fear in people's fields, then it's going to
They'll
be
create from that.
Yeah, correct. So it would
But
be a
I'm
no
wondering
answer. So
if people's fears aren't as strong as they normally are because they're starting to awaken.
Yes.
I'm getting a yes.
Saying yes.
Also,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the world's just become so extreme, and overall, we're all surviving through it.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you know
kind of
what I mean?
like,
So
fuck it.
that
What have we got
builds
to
up.
lose?
Well, it just gets to the stage where it's like, this is just so nutty now.
Right.
Anyway.
Interesting.
Mm.
Any other questions? Do you want me to go
Well,
back to?
I'm trying to think in the human design way to say it, but I think Amanda's kind of covered it, and that is that we'll be creating individually rather than collectively.
Yes.
So, how do you ask that in the question?
How
are we
about
going
we'll
to
be
create it
more-
individually?
Well,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
I
Yes.
think because for me, what that means is that we are all becoming more, for a long time, we've always spoke about, in a sense, collectively, but within the collective, we have to become more aware of who we are and the truth of who we are. And that's how you make your contribution. And if you don't know what that is, then how do you contribute? So, the rods are, in a way,
It's like we're becoming more self-sufficient, more embodied, more sovereign, more empowered, all of those things.
Yeah.
But then coming together, it's not like I need you
Correct.
to make me be able to be that, you know? So we're joining from that place rather than from a deficiency.
A place of lack, whereby I'm needing you in order to fill that space. We're all coming from a place of already full, and we're bringing that to the party.
And we're
Because
bringing it.
You know what's interesting is that the clients that I've had recently, it used to be a fixation on finding your tribe. And now it's not that much anymore. Now it's like, I want to find my gifts and I want to live by myself in my cabin in the woods and not talk to anyone. And I think that we've grown out of the needing the support, realizing that we can do this on our own. But then with that being forced into our own gifts, then we can come back as a collective in the next cycle in whatever, 27 or whatever.
So essentially part of, or if I'm understanding correctly, it's not that having a tribe is not the right thing. It's that
it is the right
thing. Stepping into that tribe, having already done your work and fully stepping into the best version of you and then coming together collectively.
Exactly, because I think we're relying on our tribe to validate us, to heal us, to connect us to our purpose. And we get to stand on our own 2 feet and do this.
Right.
Yes.
Because we've said this how many times, nobody can heal you. Only you can heal yourself.
Preach it.
Yeah.
One of many things that shits me. Do the freaking I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, hi, I'm back. Sorry, we got
I feel like I need a list of things that shit Kylie. Just
it's a very long, extensive list. It's a novel.
I don't think it's a problem to acknowledge that doing the work is a pain in the ass. Do you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
do you know what I mean?
But
Like, we also do the work. I agree. That's what I mean.
We feel you.
We're not saying do it and it's fun. We're just saying
no.
Still need to
it is very satisfying at some points.
Do you know what though? Do you know what though? Doing the work sometimes is as simple as just accepting that I am a kick-ass, whatever, and it doesn't take sometimes so much. Yeah, it's just sometimes just accepting that thing. So, you know, sometimes you'll have a lot of conversations with people, and I know it's from where they're coming from, but you get to a place whereby if you're having a conversation with me, in a sense, prefacing everything with, I know I might be crazy, or does that sound crazy? That doesn't enter into my world. Do you know what I mean? And so it's saying your stuff and having the confidence to say it. I say things to you guys that may be completely off the wall, but I'm never going to say, yeah, I know. I'm never going to say, you know, I think I might be a little bit nuts, a little bit going, a little bit crazy, you know, or yeah, do you get it? Or no, maybe it doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to say it. Right. Whoever's going to receive it, receives it, you know, and I'm okay. Yeah. Even if I am crazy, I'm good.
Amen, girlfriend.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because you may not be my kind of crazy, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that you've influenced me with that, Amanda, because even when you're saying that, I can see that my communication has changed outside this circle. And it is, you know what, I'm just going to say it, and I don't care if nobody picks it up. Do you know what I mean? I'm still going to put it down stuff. So thank you for that.
I second that.
Yeah.
It's freeing though, isn't it? It's very freeing.
All right.
Yeah.
We should go back to questions. I think Kylie's trying to hold this business.
Sorry. Yeah. What's the
no,
next
only because Kylie's holding a lot of energy, right?
Yes.
Should we go ahead, Kylie?
I have another. I'm just going to basically word vomit what's kind of popping into my head. So what you're showing me is that religion is one of the big things that's looking at being redefined, dismantled. Okay, yes. It's not that we're going to one religion. It is the awareness that it is, that there is room. What are you trying to say? People are taking religion too seriously. It wasn't meant to be followed like this. I don't know what that means.
Well, can I ask a question on that? Because for me, I believe, I just believe the basis of religion is inherently good, and a lot of the religions have the same messages within them. But to me, it's all about how that has been used. You know, it's like any tool in the modern world, we can use it for good. Like, you know, you can use a shovel to dig a hole for a plant and plant that plant or a tree or whatever, and that is a good use of that shovel. You can also knock someone over the head with it. Do you know what I mean? So is it inherently good from its basis? Yes. But what has been manipulated with it? No, but it's what we've been taught, right?
No,
it's what we've been taught. It's how people have portrayed it. It's how people have controlled people with it. Do you know what I mean?
So, Amanda, I understand what you're going to say, and take a breath, breathe through this, breathe through. You can do it. I think what the message is that it served its purpose at the time, back millennia ago. It served its purpose because there wasn't that level of awareness back then to do, to have a moral compass. So this provided us with the moral compass. What is happening now is that, like, I look at Sharia law, for example, right? And I look at all that stuff that's tied in with a lot of, like, even Mormonism. Like, I had a conversation with someone who wants to leave. I've had 3 now with people who want to leave the Mormon church because they're not allowed to do minute things. And it has nothing to do with the faith. It's just a controlling action. So what I'm saying, and what I want to back up Lauren with, Amanda, is that I completely agree with you. And I think that we've outgrown religion and its intended purpose. But if you look at it objectively, every single religion is run by the same moral fiber. And that's what we needed in order to not kill each other and,
But also some people have manipulated it to control people.
Exactly.
As well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Can I just go back on that then a bit?
Yes.
Because I understand where everybody's talking. Everybody's talking from a point, for me, of now. But religion has been used from time immemorial to slaughter races, to slaughter cultures, to slaughter people in order to bring them on board, or for whatever reasons. They've been used to dehumanize women. They've been used to, in a sense, look, every religion has been based on that. The Christians traveled far, Christianity traveled far and wide, they wiped out the witches, they wiped out communities, they wiped out villages, they wiped out generations of women because they didn't believe in Christianity, okay, and stuff like that. They traveled across to all the different lands, whether it was Africa, whether it was Europe, all these different places, trying to spread the word and about how their God was the only God that thing would. So for me, religion, and in many different ways, all different kinds of religion, the Catholic religion, even to today, what that has perpetuated on beings, on people, on just humans in general, that it has control over how your body, the Catholic religion has control over your body and your decisions over your body, that the Catholic religion will put into place a middleman, teaching us all that we need a middleman to get to God, and that through this middleman, who's also doing up a complete and total utter madness, that we need forgiveness from this person, that we must go and confess our sins to this person, while this person has the ability or the authority from God to, to clear us of all of that. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So for me, religion has never, and I think for any religion that I look at, show me a religion that is really based, in a sense, in peace, that has never really created wars, and that has simply created freedom and deeper knowledge of self. Even Buddhism, I can find cracks and things.
Yeah, but you can find cracks in anything.
But can I say, Amanda, everything that you just said, I would say is what we've done with it. Like, I wouldn't say that is the essence of it. That's what I was referring to, just for clarity. Do you know what I mean?
We chose to do, like, we were waking up as a society in general around women have control of their bodies now. And there are a lot of Catholics out there who are like, I'm going to go and get Plan B, abortion, whatever it is, because now they're awoken to it and they're making those changes. It doesn't make the actual standing right, but the choices have been there, and we all have these choices. And that is what people are waking up to, is that we do have a choice. We don't have to follow this to a T. Gay people are great. Who listens to that they're not? Who listens to that anymore? right? I haven't met, you know, in my little conservative county, everyone loves gays here. Like, oh, I love gays, right? We don't hear the negative, right? We don't.
Right.
Yeah, it's changed.
You know, but I'm just saying, and I say that with all love, you know. But
I'm not making it into a turf war, but just for the record, I'm much more with Amanda's view with this. And I just say that because as soon as religion is invented, it has started to be distorted. Do you know what I mean? Like the information may have been channeled and that may have been pure information, but from that second onwards, it has been used, honestly, to control women. It drives me absolutely bananas. But yeah, and I also think that the process of externalizing morals and ethics, and especially with threat and punishment, like, is a bullshit way to try and better a society. Do you know what I mean? That's like, I'm so pleased that we're coming back to individualism, individual responsibility, and judging. When I say judging people, seeing people and their behavior and their actions as individually and not excusing them for the tribe that they come from, for the religion that they come from. Anyway.
Do I need to break this tie?
No.
Well, because listen, I'm going to throw something in there just to go a little bit thing for me. And this might be extreme, but it's, you know, it's worth a discussion at some other point in time. I think religion is just a nice word for cult. And people use the term religion because they don't want to ever sound like they're a cult. But what else do you think is happening when I am indoctrinating you into a particular way of thinking, when I'm taking away from you your power, your individual power and all knowledge of self and true knowledge? Yeah. So like I said, so anyway, it's worth a thought.
Yeah, and look,
I think it's really interesting. No, I
respect that.
Yeah, no.
Good point.
I actually think we all carry the same sentiment. It's just different angles. Like, I really do.
100%. Yeah. I agree.
And it's good to be able to talk about these things, you know,
right?
Like, just openly and just have a conversation. People in the world, can you do that? You know.
I'm going to come and egg your house later, Amanda. I won't do it, I promise. But I think it's because Lauren and I have a more positive, like, I was burned at the stake in my past life, right? But I think that Lauren and I may have had a bit more of a positive, very individual experience with religion. So I'm just saying that it is back to that individual view, you know, and like, I will have a talk with my children and they're like, oh, so-and-so told me this at church. And I'm like, what do you think? And they're like, no, it doesn't feel right. And I'm like, that's your religion. Your intuition is your religion. Use that as your guidepost. You don't have to be told what is wrong and right. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to have the last word, but I'm struggling to hold this energy and it's going to leave in a couple of minutes. So any other questions?
Yana, question.
Regarding the bigger picture, collective, individualism, religion, wars, politics, just the light stuff.
Oh, wow. Just,
Are we going to, obviously, I think we are anyway, but I mean, just to get it out there, are we going to see more,
get it out,
see more extraterrestrial life forms show up? We know they're already here.
Yes.
We can most of us can see them. Good, cool. Okay.
They're already here, right?
And in an undeniable, they're already here, but in an undeniable way.
Right.
Yes, they will be blending in. You will not be able to
tell that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, do you have a question? You haven't asked one yet.
Listen, I didn't come prepared for the intensity of this specific energy. And so, no, I don't have questions for that, but I've got a million other questions.
But it could be a bit sausagey. So specifically, these men that are involved with these wars, these men from Earth.
Keep going. What's the question?
That was the question.
What are the men?
Are the leaders of these men? Are the leaders of these countries that are at war? Are the men?
Are they human?
Are they human?
Yes, but there is a control factor externally.
Okay, I do have a question. Okay. Do the presidents actually make the decisions?
We all
No,
know that.
right. But I mean, they're not the ones that are like, they don't have the final say. There is
Can you ask that in the present and past question? I just got to just reformat in the present and past.
Did presidents in the past actually get to make real decisions?
The past
is real
in like
authentic decisions that they have made.
Figurehead back to like ancient Atlantis or Egypt.
Sure.
Yes.
Have presidents passed? I'm going to say the Bush era. Okay, so let's say no. Okay,
no.
Right.
But
so
are all presidents
Bush, Clinton?
Wait, we're not going to talk about Clinton.
We're not going to what?
That person.
Oh, can we not?
I can't. I don't know what it is about him and her. I can't do it.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It's not that I prescribe to, because I like Obama a little bit, and that's pushing it.
No, but I'm not even sure about Obama.
I'm not even sure about that either. I like him the best out of all, but Clinton, oh hell no.
Not with what I know.
No.
Is that a sausage?
Oh, whoa, that's a
flying sausage.
That was a whole barbecue going by. And I'm so sorry if I just lost a lot of clients because I poo-pooed on Clinton's, but I'm just saying.
I doubt it. Probably half the people don't even know who he is.
He's got to go.
Okay, I want to have a question. Are all current sitting political heads, prime ministers, presidents, are they all operating from an external power? Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And by I mean like outside manipulation. Are they all operating from a negative place? No.
No.
No. So are you saying that there is good influence on certain political figureheads in the world right now? Yes.
Are they operating from a place of ego?
Which ones?
Are
all of them or the ones?
Right. Are they trying to show, who's got the biggest sausage?
No, I think that's a sum.
I think there is
a little bit of.
I don't think that's what it's about. There's a lot of cleaning up that's going on in the world. And so there's a lot of fight back to that cleaning up.
Yes.
Because that's how they've operated for eons and for generations. So there's a lot of fight back. And I guess it's going to be, in a sense, what we call a fight to the death. But certain things are going to show up and they're going to look really strange and look really weird as to why this is happening. But it's happening in order to draw certain things, certain aspects out into the visuals. Certain sentences and certain things that have been said, we don't understand why it's been said, but those that are kind of like in the know what's going on behind, know what's going on underneath. And when I mean underneath, I literally mean underneath tunnels, everything else thrown in. Right. So there's all of that that's happening. So to the, in a sense, to the sort of like to the ordinary eye, this stuff looks like blah, 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 but it really isn't. This whole thing that has been perpetuated about World War III, that was been put into our heads so that we as a race, as humans, we would bring that into being.
Correct.
As long as they kept on saying it and repeating it, World War III is kind of World War III, WW3, and they coded WW3, then that's put into our heads and we then would generate that timeline. No, sirree, not that stupid.
No. Can I sausage myself here on a question?
Yes. Sure.
I'm going to be controversial. Is Putin is he being influenced from a positive place?
Yes.
Has he been portrayed as being one of the axis of evils? Yes. I'm just saying, but is he innocent? No, he's not innocent in all this.
I was just about to say that.
He's not innocent. He's not innocent. He's got his own agendas. But
has he changed over time, though? Has he changed over time? Was there a change in him?
No answer.
Oh, so what does that mean?
I don't know.
Still operating.
I wonder if he's a walk-in at some point too. I don't know.
Or are you going to ask the question?
Oh, is Putin a walk-in? Oh, they're not telling me. So it's a no.
because that goes out into the world.
Right. I'm not going to, look, this is a huge flaming hot barbecue sausage. So I'm not going to mention the tea president because I don't want to, we're not inviting that in. I'm refusing to answer that.
Was it funny? I think I said that the other day. I said that you do have to be kind of sometimes careful in terms of, like it or not, about your own safety.
Yeah. And that's where I stand. I'm all for sausages, but not that one. I'm not opening that shop, that butcher shop. Okay, so they're actually retreating back and they had to get out so I'm just going to thank you so much for your presence today. Please, happy to shut that channel down. Okay, can we go back to regular scheduled programming?
So where are we? Are we at go to church and
absolutely
eat your
not.
break?
Absolutely not.
Where are we at?
And that's the thing about religion, right? Who says we have to go to church and listen to someone preach their version of religion at us?
Okay, so one of my favorite stories to share, which pisses me off, is I remember it was my nephew's baptism, and I was newly pregnant with Olivia. And so I didn't want to go to this church because I am not a fan of him. I find him to be rude and just dismissive and all this stuff. And so he did this beautiful ceremony, the baptismal ceremony. And then, afterwards they talk for a little bit. And he sits there and he starts talking about how God loves everybody and you are all his children. And for that while, I was like, yes, okay, we're like eye to eye, like I see you. And then he says, but if you don't come to church, when you pass away and try to connect to him, he'll say, well, I don't know you because you never came to visit me. And I remember John in that moment, like I was ready to stand up and just blurt out. Okay. And in that moment, he he kind of kept me sitting down and still letting me know, just let it go. Because how can you say in the same sentence that God loves all his children and he forgives all and all this stuff, but if you don't come to church, if you don't make that basket donation or that yearly contribution, he's not going to know who you are. And I just lost my shit. And so I think I've seen people who religion has changed their life and in a very beautiful way. And I think that is amazing. Whatever it takes for you to step into that, God bless. But for the people who are end all be all, that's not me either.
I think that speaks to an overarching theme though, because those things that you were talking about as well, I would put that as well in spiritual bullshit, because we do have a lot of that stuff in, say, the spiritual world that isn't under organized religion, right? So I think anything that seeks to control you, shame you, and blame you so that you act in a certain way, that holds a question mark, right? And, this whole thing of needing to go somewhere to connect, my dad's passed away. I rarely go to see him at his grave. I talk to him every day. I talk to him more than I used to talk to him when he was alive, right? So you don't need to, but I also feel like we can teleport our consciousness. That's a whole other story. But, you don't have to physically be somewhere to be well-intentioned and have a big open heart to connect to something. So I would just say anything that seeks to control you, shame you, or blame you, and that can be many things in our life, that can be, significant others, friends, whatever. But that's what it comes up for me. It's just being discerning of your sovereignty. Hey, Amanda?
100%.
Keeping your,
100%. Do you really think God gives a toenail about you going to visit him at church? Seriously? Seriously, really, really, truly, seriously.
Yeah.
I would have thought that church would have been about community and having a place to come together to maybe
celebrate.
I don't know. Celebrate or sing badly. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever reason. You know what I mean?
And it is that. But it also is all these other things as well.
Yeah. But that is but they say a lot of things like that, isn't it? I don't think God gives an, and because if we are all in the whole belief that we are all from God, we're all from source, The fact that all of these different, whatever it is, faiths, religions, belief systems, whatever, they've all developed in all these different ways. I would have put that down to, even like, as Lauren was just saying, all of these things can also be happening in the spiritual world as well. I would have thought all of these things would have been, as people say, this is God experiencing itself in all these different ways and all these different facets, isn't it? Because that's what we say. So, you know, it is what it is. But God don't care if you don't turn up to church on Sunday or Saturday or whatever. Absolutely does not care at all. Yeah, he's not sitting down there doing the register. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously.
Okay,
be good, otherwise Santa won't come.
That's right. Or that
one's true.
That one's true. Or that creepy elf on a shelf, which will never live in my house ever. Do you know
that I say I have got a bag here of my elves, and I use them as blackmail, and I will bust them out in April. I don't give a shit when it is, and I'm like, the elf is here, I better behave, right? No joke. Ask me for more parenting tips. I have a bag of elves in my office.
What are the elves supposed to do? Why would
they control and make my children behave? Amanda, don't judge me, okay? It's summer holidays. I need something.
She needs a win.
She needs a win. Elves scary.
So we've got 3. Look, I got a whole. I shit you not. I have a whole bag of elves here.
She's actually got it in a bag for life as well.
My Woolies bag. And I shove it between my wall and my desk, and then if they misbehave, I come put them on the thing, and I'm like, see, Santa sent them. Behave. Oh my God. See, this is why we should have classes before people are allowed to procreate.
Oh my God, I can't.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a hot mess. I've sausaged myself multiple times. I brought in Putin, and now I'm bringing out elves on a shelf. So please don't let me control any more of this podcast today.
I don't know how
Kylie's gone wild.
Questions now.
I've gone wild.
Yeah, no. I think we need to stay in the wild.
Too much sun today. Clearly. I'm so sorry. Can you edit this out?
The poor elves.
Like, hell no.
No, those elves are creepy AF. Yeah. And they don't belong anywhere in a house. Okay. They don't belong like
we could use the elves to scare Yana when necessary. So, you know, when we need to rain
if you bring me an elf, listen, if you're looking for a way out of my life, bring me those elves, okay? No, like
now she's sacking all of us.
Look, they're so creepy.
Oh, I've got the creepy elf. Are you ready for this one? Isn't he stunning?
Oh God! Like, look, they just sit there, and you're supposed to move them around the house.
Yep.
Like, I can't. No. No.
But isn't that anti-panty? I thought that was anti-panty.
Excuse
what?
Me?
Amanda's on first name basis with the elf.
Anti-panty?
Anti-panty. There used to be a children's show.
Really?
That's anti-panty.
I don't. This could be a possessed elf for all I know. Like, it could have a demon hiding in it. But his name's Minty.
I bet you they all do, because they all look so creepy. There's no way.
And like, I didn't know this ended up in our house.
I think that the real elves are somewhere feeling pretty hurt and upset that this is how they've been shown up in the world.
In 3D reality.
Wait,
that don't look nothing like the Lord of the Rings.
You better go away.
Take out your
rod. Put it on your shoulder.
Watching you.
Take out your rod.
Watching you.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh, terrible. No,
I become possessed by a demon. It's Minty's fault.
And this has just turned into, primetime podcast listening.
I am so sorry, audience.
Have we got something sensible to finish up on?
Yeah, sorry, guys.
An elf making
the collective.
Kylie's shoulder stroke.
But, I have more filtered on the collective.
Can I ask a Rod question on those creepy glass dolls?
Which glass dolls?
Oh, you know those like dolls that have like those
dolls
people used to collect.
Porcelain, porcelain.
Oh,
and their eyes like flutter. Those are creepy AF.
Okay, I need to connect to someone who's
doll expert.
Real time. Okay, we're good. Okay, what are we asking?
Well, the question is, because this ties into the elves too, but when you view an object and you get like these creepy vibes from an object, does it actually embody some kind of like negative energy? Yes.
Yes.
Those porcelain dolls do not belong to be in anybody's homes.
No, you need to white light yourself if you go into a thrift store or a garage sale. Like, don't mess around with Goodwill. Like, don't avoid that whole, like, just avoid it. I will Venmo you money if you need clothes. Don't go to Goodwill. No, it's creepy. I will avoid. I get the heebies every time I go into that tchotchke area. I don't like, there's people's urns in there. What did you do to your family to end up in the Goodwill in your urn? Like, how bad is that family?
But who's buying an urn in a garage sale?
No, there's a whole Barbara kind of.
How do you need an urn?
Oh, people love that shit.
What do you need it, what, to plant flowers in?
Yes, because they probably conjure up some sort of dark magic with it. Could you imagine? Like, cemetery dirt is a big thing. That's a big market.
Correct.
It's a huge market. So can you imagine just getting someone ashes and putting it in some dirt and saying this is ash dirt? Like, be like, that's my OnlyFans channel right there.
No, who wants cemetery dirt? Like, what kind of people want cemetery dirt?
Yeah. And like
dark magic. Very big in all the
dark magic.
Ritual stuff.
Yeah, dark magic.
Okay.
Oh,
very big in sort of like Obia voodoo, like the dark side of stuff. Then
let me ask you a question. Because we're talking about all this like negative, dark stuff, does it only impact you if you believe that it impacts you?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Because I'm just feeling.
Is that the same for everything, Kylie?
Yes, Amanda.
Amanda's about to blow a gasket. Come
at me, Amanda. Go.
Well, do you know what? I mean, you asked the question, but I think it can impact you whether you believe in it or not, because I've come across a lot of people that have had what we used to call work done on them. And it's not something that they would ever engage in or ever do, but they have had.
Or maybe be conscious on
them.
Right, so that's the question.
Or say like a hex.
I mean, does it hook into a vulnerability? Does it hook into a vulnerability and belief system that you might not be conscious of, you know?
That's why you do the work.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why a lot of old school exorcists refused to have families, because they viewed families. That's why a lot of priests did it, because they viewed
as
families
vulnerabilities.
As being exactly.
Yeah. Christ almighty. My son's just walked past the window, scared the living shit out of me.
This has taken a very interesting turn, this podcast. Holy moly.
I can't wait to see the title of this one.
All right.
Yeah, listen, creepy, the creepy elf's got to go.
Excuse me?
This elf's got to stay. Every time you say it, it's like, you don't understand.
It's inspiring the fun conversation.
Oh,
Yana, do you not like the elves then from the elves in Lord of the Rings, from Middle Earth and all that kind of stuff?
No, they're fine. These elf on the shelf that they promote for Christmas and even for Hanukkah, they have them for Hanukkah too. Yeah. Like they're like those porcelain dolls. You look at them and they're just so creepy. Well, why does this little elf have to look creepy?
Is it because it's got a smirk on its face? Has it got a smirk, Kylie?
No, it's the eyes.
Is it smirking?
No, it's smiling. They smile, but the eyes, it's just so creepy. Ugh. You will never find that in my house. Never. Even if Olivia asks for it, no.
Right, you'll be getting a few Amazon deliveries, Yana.
Yeah, no. Reject.
Kylie, can't hear you, honey. Kylie?
Denied.
Kylie, we can't hear you.
Oh, that was Minty's fault. Yeah, no, you'll give in to peer pressure.
No.
Olivia will go to school and Timmy has elves. Does Santa not love me to send me an elf?
No.
Come back and see me in a couple of years' time. There's $100 on the line. I can guarantee. I was so into that too. I'm like, why does someone need to watch you? Why does someone need to monitor you? Well, because it's fun. And it's Santa.
No.
Now Kylie's like, you asked for it. Let's make it fun for mum.
Yeah. Keep it going the whole year. No, elves are the whole year now. Anyway, why did we get on the elves again?
Okay, listen. I think we need to put a pin in this and try again.
I don't know what this is.
No.
That's Yana's polite way of saying this is really stupid, and we're stopping this.
Anyway, to thank everybody who's listened to us to the end.
Did Lauren just say that? I could hear the struggle in Lauren's voice. I could hear the struggle. I don't know what this is.
Welcome to my everyday.
If this doesn't make you want to join the collective membership, I don't know.
Wow.
Okay. And I'm just gonna put a pin in it myself, because I think we've gone over to some other deep end somewhere else. Okay. Any last thoughts, anybody?
Before we close poem for this.
Crazy.
Here it is. If you watch this far, well done.
Yes. And thank you. You're very loyal. And we appreciate you.
We will send each of you money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Listen.
Please wrap this up now.
I'm trying. Let me gather myself. Everybody, thank you for listening. If you're interested.
I made this so weird, didn't I? Sorry.
Yeah.
Lindsay wants to say bye.
Yeah, please join the collective.
We're gonna get taken off. We're gonna get taken off here.
Welcome to our band YouTube channel.
Show.com. We thank you for sharing this blessed time. We're wishing you a beautiful day.
Bye, everyone.
If you want the reading, the healing,
a guided meditation,
Lightbody activation.
Yeah.
Simply want to say hello. Head on over to your soulwisdomshow.com.
There we go. Who needs Yana? Okay. Love everybody. See you. Bye.